professional partner at Microsoft. And today what I'm going to walk you through is a pretty quick overview of how we are looking at co-sell for this new Microsoft fiscal year. Please do utilize the chat function as well as raising your hand. Some of my colleagues are on the line and can definitely answer questions in real time. So with that, we will go ahead and take it away. Co-sell is your path to be discovered, deliver expertise, and expand your customer footprint. We do that through a multitude of ways that we will get into in a bit, but I also just wanted to highlight for those of you who have been co-selling with us for a year or just a small amount of time, co-sell definition going forward has changed. And what it is it is any collaborative engagement between Microsoft and our partner ecosystem. So it is no longer just for this Microsoft seller channel. And again, we will get into those details in a little bit, but I just wanted to make sure we grounded there. So when we're talking about the new requirements and whatnot, we understand the scope of what we're talking about. So every partner can, in fact, co-sell with Microsoft. At its basic level, we look at business application solutions, apps and infra, data and AI, and modern work and security. So think about that in Cliff Notes as Dynamics 365 and Power Apps, Azure, and then Microsoft 365 or security, also known as Teams, one of the products there that we work with a lot. And then you can, in fact, sell different types of solutions. So one, the Microsoft solutions, which we just reviewed. Two, service offers, so these would be your offers. Three, IP, and we will get into some of the requirements for that later, as well as selling another partner solution. So you have different offers types, so services or IP. You also have Microsoft solutions, and then you also have these great solutions that other partners have built that you can co-sell as well. What I want to walk you through a little bit too as we look forward is what our opportunity is. And we are looking at more than $7 trillion of expected digital investment across the globe. That's a huge number and a massive opportunity for us together. As we digitally trailblaze transformation with customers, we do that with tailored solutions. So we have an amazing platform that you can then help augment and offset and enrich with your amazing innovation and those tailored solutions. We also do it through customer trust. So you guys have trusted customers, we have trusted customers, and how can we increase that together? With that trust, we also can reach additional audiences. So think about this as you might be working with one particular account and one area of that business. We have the opportunity to go into the other segments that they might have and vice versa. And then we have customer value. So again, much like we bring those tailored solutions, we can have an enriched value proposition to the customer together. So just want to share some information with you about when we work together, we can accomplish more. To date, we've had almost more than $15 billion in annual contract value for you partners. We've seen a 51% growth in IP co-sell wins. And again, we'll get into the details of the requirements for that in a little bit. Also too, with our new tooling, and we can talk a bit about Partner Center in a second, we've seen a 3.5 times faster deal velocity versus Partner Sales Connect. And then also in our direct web storefronts, we have 4 million monthly active users who come to peruse and potentially find, try, and buy your services and applications. So again, just going back to that definition that it's any collaborative engagement, these are the 3 channels with you can co-sell with across Microsoft. So we have the direct customer channel. So think about the direct customer channel as our customers are finding you directly via AppSource or Azure Marketplace. And those storefronts are available across 140 geographies or countries around the globe. We also have our partner-to-partner channel. So some of you may be participating in this already, but think about this as that offer type where you can sell another partner solution if you are unable to, as well as we are introducing features and capabilities that will help you actually joint sell together. Then we have our Microsoft Seller channel where we have thousands of sellers who can engage with you and generate new opportunities and potentially and hopefully close deals with those customers. Megan, do we have any questions around what about what we've covered so far?
Nothing in the chat just yet, Kate.
Okay, perfect. So how do we get started? So with the direct customer channel, as well as with the other channels, your journey starts with publishing. So when you publish your app, that is surfaced into Azure Marketplace or App Source. And when you build your business profile, which is a requirement, it goes into the solution provider. Something I do want to call out here is that these are not apple to apple, to use a Western analogy, storefronts. So on Azure Marketplace or App Source, you are solution oriented, offer oriented around your app or your solution. And then in the solution provider, you are actually at an organizational level. What is important to know is that in the publishing experience, the folks that are helping you onboard into the commercial marketplace here, they will help you identify what storefront for your solution it belongs to, so you don't have that burden to figure out ahead of time.
Hey Kate,
Yeah.
before you move on, we do have a handout from Steb.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually don't have a chat option. I'm just curious if that's the case for everyone. That might be why we didn't have any anything in there before.
Oh, I don't know, Keisha?
Oh, that is odd. I can see the chat and I've posted a few things in the chat. I'm not sure if, I don't know if there's some.
I've seen this before where it is, some people don't get the chat option. I'm not sure if it has to do with like a certain number of people on the call or something like that. But yeah, Naisha said hers is up. So I think it just sort of depends. Sometimes it isn't available. And in that case, Deb, definitely use the hand so you can address your questions.
Also, too, we will send out a recap that will have any of the links that were posted in the chat. So if you don't see them now, we will make sure that you can get them after the call.
All right, I'm happy.
Perfect. Any other hands up?
Nope, we just got a few people in the chat who can actually see it. So I know
Perfect.
it's working.
Okay. So apparently it's rolling of the dice. We don't know. Then to continue on into our partner engaged co-sell. So again, this is around ISVs and service partners really connecting so that you as an ISV can build something and an SI can implement it and MSP can help manage it. And we really want to empower those collaborative selling engagements through our partner ecosystem. Then we have our seller engaged co-sell. So this is sort of the traditional sense of co-sell. And just to give you more clarity into the process, so when a lead is identified, so that comes obviously from a customer need in a partner, or Microsoft can identify that. Then the qualified lead is shared, and that is an important fact and point here when you're co-selling. We do want to share things that are qualified. It seems obvious, but sometimes we get some things that are not the qualified to the extent that we want for the co-sell opportunity. Then that is accepted, hopefully by you, a partner, or Microsoft, and then you work together to close the deal, and then the contract is signed or it's transacted in commercial marketplace. That is different than it was last year. So when the contract is signed, if you are particularly with incentive eligible solutions, there is a concept of deal registration. If you have a transactable offer, that step in the process is automated. So something that's important to point out for this year. Now let's talk about criteria and requirements. And these are a little bit different, so I'm going to take some time here, so don't be shy about throwing your hands up or putting things in the chat. So the simplest way to think about this is to get your solutions co-sell ready, they need to be published. And to publish them, there are different requirements depending on the channel that you are trying to reach. So to start at the top with the direct customer, all offer types, so this would be Dynamics, it would be Azure, it would be a services offer, any type of offer, you need to meet the commercial marketplace publishing requirements, which are posted, and then create a business profile. Then if you want to engage in the partner channel or the Microsoft channel, there's additional things that you need to go through, and we'll go through these a little bit here. So you have the partner sales contacts that you have to add to each geography, and it is important that it's added to each geography that you want to sell into. Then you have a bill of materials, or a BOM, as it's often referred to, that you need to upload as well. So think about this, the solution one-pager. You may in the past have done a customer one-pager. This is the new version of that. And the solution one-pager should really be a pitch around your solution. And it is a best practice to include some customer evidence in there. Also a solution pitch deck. And this should really be solution specific, not necessarily organization specific. Then you have some optional things, which are a solution landing page URL. So one best practice we've seen is just copying over your customer-facing URL from Azure Marketplace or AppSource. And then there's also sort of an other option. So this is things that might have worked really well for your organization around this solution. And we encourage you to upload those too, so that the other partners and Microsoft sellers can access those. Then as you get into that for service offers, you also need to have a gold competency in that competency class. Then as we talk about Azure IP and BizApps, think about these as sometimes it's referred to as Azure IP Co-sell, things like that. They're incentive eligible offers, and that incentive is for the Microsoft seller. So the requirements at an organizational level, you need to meet or exceed the 100K ACR trailing 12 months threshold, and that can be a combination of offers. It does not have to be just one. Or you have a transactable offer through the commercial marketplace that's billed at 100K. Additionally, you have to pass the technical validation process. And the good news here is that that technical validation process is part of the publishing into the commercial marketplace. So you do that automatically. And then it's important to understand that you need to have 50% repeatable code on your solution. For BizApps, you need to have active enrollment in the ISV Connect program. And if you're at the standard tier, just to bring some clarity, you have a 10% incentive for the Microsoft seller. And if you're at the premium tier, you have a 20% incentive for the Microsoft seller. Any questions around that?
Looks like we do have a hand up.
Okay.
Let's see, who is that? I can't.
It was Step, man. Good old Step.
Step, there you go. Yep. Go with your question.
You guys have so much content on the partner portal that I often have a really difficult time finding what I'm looking for.
Okay.
And I know that I've started this process for our company, but I just don't necessarily know what steps still need to be completed. So I'm wondering if there's a quick and easy resource or support line that I can contact that can go, okay, this is X, Y, and Z, what you need to have done so that you guys can start having your name put out there.
Stop, do you mean in the publishing experience? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like I know I've got our solution set up, and like I know that I don't believe that we have the gold competency at this point. So
Okay.
I know that that's like something we need to work on, but I'm still not sure that our company is published, you know, in the marketplace when people are looking for partners to work with.
Okay, the quickest way would just be search in Azure Marketplace or AppSource for your solution name or your company name. That would be the quickest way to understand if you are. Additionally, if you need some extra help, you can actually get help through partner support, which is partner.microsoft.com/support. Or if you're in Partner Center, you can click on the question mark, and that will also route you to the support channel that can help you understand maybe where you are in the process.
Sweet, thanks.
You're welcome.
And Kate's exactly right. The other thing that I would suggest you might want to do just as a quick starting spot is when you go into Partner Center, in the left-hand navigation, there will be a tab that says Commercial Marketplace. If you've activated that program and at least started to publish an offer, on that overview page, it'll show you any offers that you've published as well as the status. We've migrated a bunch over from OCP GTM that may show up as a draft, or if you started one but didn't go fully through with the publishing, it'll say draft. If it's live, it'll say live. And then even right within there, or as Kate was suggesting at any of those resources, particularly support, we can help you navigate through co-sell readiness and all of that goodness.
All right. So one thing I just wanted to call out, and you may have noticed that transactable offers have been mentioned a couple times so far, and I just wanted to bring to your attention some of the benefits that are available to both you, the customer, and the Microsoft seller with those transactable offers. So for you, you put your offer on the Microsoft price list, which has global distribution, as well as you can leverage the existing Microsoft procurement relationships and consumption commitments. The customers, obviously, they can instantaneously just purchase your offer and your solution and get going into deploying it to solve their need and potentially building a lasting relationship with your organization. And then it does just speed up the process. Our Microsoft sellers, they can accelerate their consumption and it's easing again the procurement and shortens the sales cycle. So definitely want to consider a transactable offer when you're publishing into the commercial marketplace because there are additional benefits that you, the customer, as well as our sellers can reap. So just to make sure we're all on the same page about Azure IP Co-sell. So again, think about these as your Azure IP incentive eligible offers. And something that is a little bit different than last year is there are two valid scenarios for the Microsoft seller to be incentivized. So one, there is the traditional sort of active co-sell, as we like to call it. So this means that the referral is shared with the Microsoft seller. You identify in that sharing process that you need help. It is accepted and you guys go and close the deal. The second one is where there is no help needed. And so that is what we call partner-led co-sell, and this feature is about to go live within Partner Center. And that means that you might get a signal around a potential customer lead, and you go ahead and you qualify it into an opportunity, and then you share it back to Microsoft and you ask for no help. If it is one of our managed accounts, the seller will in fact still receive the credit on that solution since it is incentive eligible. Then some things I want to call out just to make sure we're on the same page around deal registration and validation is we want to make sure that the contract is signed or that the transaction has been completed within a commercial marketplace. Again, the timeline, and this is not different than it was in years past, is within 30 days of when the customer contract is signed. And there's not any wiggle room on that. So I want to make sure that that's very clear. And then there are some contract parameters. So it must be a minimum of $25,000 US or meet or exceed the $2,100 in the commercial marketplace build sale in a single month during the fiscal year. Then partner reported ACR. So think about this as an extension of Azure IP Co-sell incentive eligibility for those for SaaS offers. And I'm actually going to let Makiko, who is on the call, walk you through a little bit of the process flow as she's much more familiar than I am.
Thank you, Kate. So
Welcome.
thank you. Process is simple, 3 steps. Step one, be an eligible partner. Eligible partner means you have a SaaS solution published in the commercial marketplace as a transactable offer. And then the offer has IP co-sell ready status, like Kate walked you through earlier. And then once you have those, you're in for this program. 2, drive IP co-sell win through this marketplace transactable offer. And that will be the eligible deals to report customer consumption. And then step 3, opt in for the program by committing to monthly reporting. So for the monthly reporting, we would like to ask you to provide the customer consumption on the SaaS solution driven by this marketplace deals. Then as the program intent is to give parity to the SaaS solutions to remove frictions for the Microsoft internal sellers. So sellers have a choice to recommend BYOL or solution built on the customer tenant or partner tenant to provide the best solution to the customers and then grow co-selling. So this is the simple steps. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you, Makiko.
Kate,
And then,
we
yes.
do have a question if we have a moment.
Sure, yeah.
From Michael Bell. Just wanted a bit of clarification around the OCP solutions being transferred to the PC marketplace. He can't see any OCP solutions in Partner Center yet, so just wondering like how that will get done, that transition.
Yeah, so I think the question is if you've published your solution in OCP GTM, when will it be migrated over to commercial marketplace? There's sort of two waves if you think about it. So some solutions, as Brian spoke about, have already been migrated. If I can remember them off the top of my head, you have your SaaS offers, Azure apps, and there's another offer type that I can't remember right now that's been moved.
Dynamics 365, maybe?
Thank you. Thank you. And there will be another wave once the feature capability is available in commercial marketplace that supports those offer types. Your organization will be notified when those offers are going to be moved. And effectively what you will do is you have a choice. When you get notified that they're removed, they get moved over in a draft status. And at that point, you can just simply publish, and then that obviously is republished, or you can choose to edit and modify and change at that point. And then again, you will have to make sure that it has been republished. But what's important to understand is that all of the metadata, to get super detailed on you, so think about that as all the collateral you've updated and the information that's included will be moved over. Oops.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kate.
Yeah.
Sorry, Michael. I think you were asking for more details on the second wave. Is that right?
Yeah. The only reason I asked the more details is because either we get them transferred over from OCP, or I'm just going to start building them out in Partner Center again, and I don't want to do double amount of work.
Totally. And I would say that the best practice would be to, I guess it depends on how you feel about the different things that you might have published, because some partners, and this may or may not be true for you, you have a really rich offer that's published in commercial marketplace already that's direct customer facing. If that's true, the easiest way may be to just wait until that offer capability is available in Partner Center and then enrich that through the other requirements that you can add at that time. Or when it's moved over, you can simply republish. I don't know if that answer was simple or confusing, so I can I can go back.
No, I appreciate it. I suppose the OCP can't be seen by the general public.
Correct.
Obviously, it can be seen by your sellers, which is great. But if we want to get those, like essentially, we have a whole bunch of consulting offers inside of that OCP. We've probably got 12 to 20 offers in there, but I just don't know whether that's like obviously a big task for me to go and then put them all into Partner Center. So. If there's any more, if there's any more information about when it will be done, that'd be best. Otherwise, I'll have to make a call as to whether I start doing it or not.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is as offers in OCP GTM for the seller channel and the partner channel, they will continue to be sold from there. So I don't want you to think that you're missing out on something because those offers aren't in commercial marketplace yet. Does that make sense? So the experience that you're having, though, is you kind of have two sets of offers to manage. What I would do if I were you, without knowing your business obviously at all, is I would wait until those move over rather than building duplicate offers. Unless, of course, between now and the next couple of months, you don't have anything that's customer exposing, then I would go ahead and build a customer facing offer as well. Did that answer your question?
Okay.
Okay. And we don't have unfortunately, I don't
have
have a date that I can share with you. But we are working to get that over. And again, those offers, we will move all of that data over. So there isn't we don't anticipate a large administrative lift on your part.
And Kate, I think the other thing to highlight is that generally when we make that effort to move the data over, that's when that offer type has become,
correct,
shall I say, available or supported in Partner Center, so that even if you went to try to do it ahead of time, you might not be able to actually create it because we might not have that functionality ready until we're able to actually, we try to line those things up. So.
Yeah. That's a really good call out. Thank you, Megan. Um, so moving on to Partner Center a little bit, and specifically speaking about your co-sell activities. And your co-sell activities would be the accepting and declining of leads and sharing of opportunities and registering deals. As highlighted before, inside Partner Center, the deal velocity does go 3.5 times faster. So it has been reduced from 79 days to 31 days. So that's really exciting. And how we're getting that deal velocity faster is through management in your own CRMs. So what that means is there's two sort of versions that you can do here, and it is recommended for partners that share 30 or more opportunities each month. And you can write your own scripts from the REST APIs, or you can download from AppSource our connectors. Today you have Dynamics 365 and Salesforce that are in preview. So something to consider if the volume that you are sharing back and forth is greater than 30. You also have a direct Microsoft Seller connection. And what that means is when you're sharing a deal or an opportunity, you can identify what specific help you want. So no longer is it just, I need help from Microsoft. We actually go through sort of the steps of the sales cycle. So you can talk about proof of execution or introduction, and there's different types of ways that you can identify the help you need. Then some of you may be receiving referrals in different places. And what we mean is today, if you have a solution that's listed in Azure Marketplace, that could go to your CRM via an API, or it could be going to an email alias of whomever published it. You could also be obviously managing your co-sell opportunities within Partner Sales Connect. And then you might also be getting some things in Partner Center. So as we converge everything into Partner Center, you will be able to see your full pipeline in one location. Then last but not least, we have better customer matching. And what we mean by that is when you're entering a deal, you will notice that we actually use a Dun & Bradstreet identifier. So that ensures precision alignment on the customer that we're actually trying to joint sell against. And also one thing to call out, if you are from a geography where maybe Dun & Bradstreet is not supported, or you don't find the customer ID there, you can freeform text enter that. So it is not limited. You don't get locked out or anything. So then I just wanted to share with you some best practices. So we want to make sure that when you're publishing your solution, you have a clear value proposition around what this solution is. So the more specific, the better. Right down to then going next to identify your target audience. Who are you really trying to reach? Is this industry specific? Is it geography specific? We have noticed that if your solution is so sort of wide, it's hard to identify if it's the right fit for a given opportunity or a given customer need. Then we encourage you to complete that bill of materials you have for in the publishing experience to make sure that you're maximizing the exposure and the materials you're sending to the Microsoft sellers and partners, but also so you can maximize on the GTM benefits, which are included in your membership, but also through marketplace rewards, which you qualify into if you've published into the commercial marketplace. Include relevant case studies. This always helps. And then make sure that you're balancing the different channels. So balance the customer direct, the P2P, and the Microsoft co-sell activity so that you can benefit and enrich your customer footprint from all three, or just ones that are interested to you. So key takeaways. So hopefully this is pretty straightforward how to get going if you haven't. Publish your solution in commercial marketplace or manage your solution, update it there. We want you to actively manage referrals, and then we want to make sure that you're creating and sharing deals with Microsoft. And with that, I'm actually going to go out of presentation mode and answer any outstanding questions, even though we are at time. I can go over a couple minutes if others can.
I believe we've addressed all the questions that are in the chat. I'm just looking, trying to keep track here. But if we have these
open, yeah, there's one open from Michael Bell around the referrals that come from the digital sales team, if sometimes they're sending those to multiple partners at the same time as they've had, two vendors reach out to a customer.
Yes, that is true. So from particularly in the SMB space, as well as anytime you might be getting a direct customer referral, it is very likely that that customer contact information has been shared with more than one partner. So while there is a 14-day SLA to accept or decline a lead from Microsoft, we highly encourage you to act quicker and take action so that if it is a good opportunity for your organization, you can benefit from it.
That was the only unanswered question in the chat, Kate.
All right,
I don't know if
perfect.
anyone else has questions.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you for asking your great questions. We hope we found this helpful. Also, just as a plug, we do this every Wednesday, first Wednesday of the month. So tune back in. Up next month, we'll have managing referrals with Inside Partner Center, and then in October, we are actually going to talk about more specific around publishing and making sure that your offers are as good as they can be and enriched for all the different channels so that you can have success when co-selling.
Perfect. Thanks, Kate. And everyone, the link to the chat, or the link to Microsoft Partner Community where this recording will be shared is in the chat, and that'll be up within 1 business day. Thank you all. Have a great day.
Thank you.